Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sport and Journey. Hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to do our relegation battle zone match week 30 video, and this is a video where we look back at the results from match week 29. Look at the table, then look at the result, the upcoming fixtures in game week 30. So, without further ado, let me just get into this for you guys. Right. So Burnley ended up losing 2-0 against Everton. Everton was strong, were the better side. Burnley look as good as gone now. Any hopes they had of surviving have slowly disappeared. And then then unfortunately, Leeds United lost 1-0 to Sunderland. Now, Sunderland came to Ellen Road with a game plan. I think it was something like 71% possession for Leeds, 29% possession for Sunderland. But you know, Sunderland were awarded a penalty in that game. Ampadu, for me, clearly handballed it. So Sunderland converted a penalty, making it 1-0. Leaving Leeds United looking over their shoulders all of a sudden. Then the big shock of game week match week 29. Wolves beating Liverpool 2-1, and Andre deflected shot right at the end of the game, making sure that Wolves bet Liverpool, and Wolves were good for it as well. They played really well, did Wolves. Liverpool, I don't know what's happened to them. I really don't. The formation they're playing, or what the personnel they're playing, whatever it is, something needs to change at Liverpool, because Liverpool will be looking at finishing in Champions League places. They really will if they carry on playing like they did against Wolves. And incidentally, they play Wolves in FA Cup on Friday. Um, uh, uh, um, at Molineux. So can Wolves knock Liverpool out of the FA Cup? Time will tell. West Ham United, a battling West Ham United, fighting for the cause. West Ham United ended up getting a 1-0 win over Fulham. Well deserved as well, if you ask me. Thought West Ham were the better side on the day. West Ham are looking a really big threat to teams like Leeds, Nottingham Forest, and Tottenham. Because I do think West Ham United will survive. They've got that winning mentality. They've got momentum on their side. Somerville's outshining Bowen, in my honest opinion. He's on fire. I think he's and as an ex-Leeds player, he's shocked me for how well he's doing at this moment in time for West Ham. Then Nottingham Forest show really, really good resolve against Man City at the Etihad. They were 2-1 down in that game, and they ended up bringing it back to 2-all. So they're showing a hell of a lot of fight and resilience. They want to stay in Premier League. Latest news is Edu's going to be stepping down as sporting director at Nottingham Forest. So really, Narcos is not missing about, is he? He's really not missing about. And then yesterday, the final game of game week 29 saw Tottenham Hotspur implode against Crystal Palace. Tottenham Hotspur actually took the lead. It was good work from Archie Gray getting to the byline. You cut it back, and there was Solanke to strike the ball into back and net, giving Tottenham a 1-0 lead. And then Mickey van der Ven, captain of Tottenham, ended up dragging back a Crystal Palace player in penalty box, gets himself sent off, and Crystal Palace went on to score 3 goals in 9 minutes. Tottenham had a bit of a fight back in second half, but that's because Crystal Palace were already 3-1 up, and it was, they were confident enough to be able to cope with everything what Tottenham could throw at them in that half. and it proved that Crystal Palace were right because Tottenham huffed and puffed, but they couldn't blow the ball into back at net. So let's have a look at the table, see what it's done to table, shall we? So Leeds United, 15th. We are now 3 points clear of the drop zone. We're 3 points behind West Ham now. A bit of a worrying situation for Leeds. Tottenham are 1 point behind relegation, 18th place West Ham. Along, Nottingham Forest level on points with West Ham. Only difference what's keeping Nottingham Forest out at relegation places at the moment is their goal difference. But yes, it's and West Ham, as you can see, out of the last four games, they've won two, drawn two, and only lost one. That's why they've closed the gap on the teams above. Burnley are on they're 9 points behind West Ham now. I don't think they're going to do it. And Wolves, despite winning back-to-back games, they're 12 points behind 80th place West Ham. So but the one thing I say about Wolves is they're building that winning momentum and that fighting spirit going into Championship. They're going to be in a good place when to mount a Championship challenge to try and get back instantly into Premier League. So let's have a look at this week's fixtures. So Burnley have got Bournemouth on Saturday. Um, if Burnley have got any chance, they have to get a 3 points, but I don't think they will. I think Bournemouth are a really good side. And then you've got West Ham v Manchester City at the London Stadium. Look, Manchester City now will be feeling a bit sorry for themselves. Having thrown away 2 points against Nottingham Forest, and in my opinion, handed the title to Arsenal. This might be a good time for West Ham to play them. It really will. Leeds United are away at Crystal Palace on Sunday, 15th of March. It's something for Leeds United. It really is. We can't afford to lose three up bounce. We can't. We've got an FA Cup game coming up against Norwich on Sunday. If I were Daniel Farker, I wouldn't risk any of his key players, Goodmanson, um, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Aronson, Stack. I won't risk any of them. I'd make wholesale changes for that Norwich game if I were Daniel Farker. I really would. Staying at Premier League's a lot more important than getting through to the next round at FA Cup. At this stage of Leeds United are currently, Premier League survival is a must. Nottingham Forest then face Fulham at home. I think Nottingham Forest have got a good chance of beating Fulham at home. I really do. This could, it, I think Nottingham Forest and West Ham will pull away from the relegation zone. Personally, I think it's between Leeds and Tottenham who go down now. And Tottenham are in no, Tottenham, they've got nothing left in the tanks. They've got no confidence. They aren't playing as a team. They're playing as individuals. And there's no I in team, is there? It's a team sport, and they haven't got the team spirit. He come out and said, Tudor come out and said it at the end of the game. The ship's turning the ship to go into the right direction. Anyone who don't want to be on a ship can jump off. Whatever he meant by that, whether he means people like Van der Ven, who looks like he's checked out now, I don't know, but it's all cryptic messages with Tudor in it. So we'll have to wait and see. And then Monday night to end game week 30, match week 30. Sorry, um, Wolves go to Brentford. Now Wolves we already know Wolves are down. But Wolves are just showing that bit of they've got something about them. Whether that's the pressure of them knowing that they're getting relegated so they can play freely, whether it pressure's off the shoulders, and this is why they're putting in these sort of performances. I suspect it is, but they'll give Brentford a good game. But I still fully expect Brentford to beat Wolves, especially at home. Playing well at Wolves. Brentford this season done really, really well. Should be proud of themselves. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Let us know what you think, guys. Who's your favourite to get relegated? Who's going to avoid the drop? It'd be interesting to get your thoughts as always. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this edition of Sporting Journey. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Until next time, guys, have a great day. See you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.